Hello, everyone. It's Joanne, and it's a beautiful afternoon here. It's a Wednesday. I'm filming this ahead, so I don't know which day you'll see this, but it's chilly, though. It's like high 40s, low 50s, so pretty chilly. But sun is out, and so I'm not complaining. And I'm supposed to be cleaning house. So... Instead, I'm filming a video because this is more fun. So settle up. I'm not sure how long this will take. I visited a new thrift store, new to me, thrift store. My husband and I had to run some errands in this one place called Shakopee, Minnesota, about an hour from us. And he's like, do you want to go along? Well, first he was just going to do it. And then he said, do you want to go along? And I'm like, yeah, why not? I haven't been there for a long time. And then I was smart enough to look up. Sorry, I'm squeaking my chair. I was repositioning myself. If you're hearing some squeak, squeak in the background, my chair is getting squeaky in my craft room. Anyway, so I thought of it and I looked up thrift stores near where he needed to go. And then there was one close by. So I was like, yes. And it's an interesting thrift store. It's one that is it's run by like a charity. I think it's all volunteers who work there. And it's like a county, somehow benefits the people who live in that county and helps them. So it's for a great cause. And so I thought, let's check it out. And the prices were pretty reasonable. And it just happened to be senior day at 55 and over, and I'm 56. So, and what was kind of funny is when I went up to the register and was checking out, I said, do you need like to see my ID or anything? And she's like, so I'm a senior. She's like, no, I trust you. She goes, I don't think anybody would want to say they're a senior if they're not. I was like, good point. So, yeah, and she was real friendly. And then she gave me a punch card because I guess if you go there so many times, which I don't know how often we'll go back there, but if, go there so many times, you get a discount. But Senior Citizen Day was 30% off. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you at the end what my total was, what it ended up being, and what it would have been originally, and see if you think it's worth it. So anyway, so picked this up. This was $3, time and money game, and I was able to open it. It wasn't taped at the charity or at the thrift store, so I was glad. But I went through and kind of arranged these, but it's all coin cards and then little time cards. So it's about teaching kids how to tell time and and count money. So coins and US coins. So yeah, but what I really liked when I opened it up is I thought I could cut these all out and use them in junk journals. Because I thought all the different little images. And so these seemed like really nice. And these would be fun to use in junk journals, and I can separate them by theme. So yeah. And so and I can also use these cards, of course, too. So, and put them in kits. I sell kits on my Etsy store, so I'm always curating for different themes. And then I can, get some kits going. All right. And then this is kind of non-junk journal in a way, though, but I'm going to use it for my junk journaling, I think. It is just a tray. And I don't know why I was just kind of drawn to it. I think it was like $4. And it's kind of, I don't know, vintage in a way. Yeah, it was $4. I don't know anything about it, but I thought it looks kind of like Little Bo Peep, with the sheep, but not really Little Bo Peep, I guess, maybe because it looks like a nice house here. It's kind of like Jane Austen or something. It just looks kind of neat. So, yeah, I thought I can use it in my craft room or can use it in a spare bedroom or whatever. So, yeah. And then I bought 2 of these because they were, I believe they were like, was it $2 or $1 each? Might have been $2. I can't remember, but they're really nice. They had one open so that you could see what they were. They had a bunch of them. So I wasn't, being greedy by taking 2. They had like 8 of them maybe. And so I haven't really opened this. So let's see what it is together a little bit. It's just brand new cards and you have to fold them, but they're Halloween. And so looks like 3 of each. Okay, so 3 of the cat, 3 of the spooky party, and then why does it say ho ho? Ho ho boo. Okay, I don't know. Halloween night. Okay, and trick or treat Halloween. Okay, it looks like there is 3 of each of these, I believe. Yeah. And then Halloween night too, with like a witch flying over a cemetery. So, and they have the envelopes included. And then they also have some stickers for like sealing the envelopes. But I'll use these separately for, you know, junk journals and junk journal kits. So I feel like I say that 1,000 times in my videos. So, yeah. So, so I thought I will put those away for next year for Halloween. I'm still buying, I buy for different holidays all year round because I sort them and put them in bins and save them for, you know, when the holiday rolls around again. These were cute, and these were just like $1 for the bag. So they're just little, you know, wood blocks, and I like the size of them. I had some wood blocks. Sorry, I stumbled over the word. I don't normally have a stutter, but I guess I'm developing one. All right. I had larger ones. I got at a garage sale one time, and I do use them in my craft room too. I don't know if I showed, I think I showed it in my craft room tour, but I have these houses that I collected in England, and I do have some from Dollar Tree, but they're like little, they're called Lilliput Lane. And when we lived in England, let me show this. When we lived in England, I collected them, and my mom bought some too. She's given me some. So they're Lilliput Lane, and I don't think they make them anymore. This one says 1998. They're handmade in England, but I have all different ones. And so I have them on this shelf, and just because they're all kind of similar height, I put like blocks underneath some of them, these larger blocks, but not this size. But anyway, so I do use the larger blocks, but then I donated the rest of them because I just wasn't using them, and they would have been too big to put in charms for junk journals. They were quite, you know, probably, I don't know, a couple inches by a couple inches. But anyway, these were neat, and they look really old. I don't know, but I just thought these would be a nice size for charms. And here's a train one. So yeah, so I thought, you know, for $1, great deal. And so those I will use. And then I did get quite a few books and things too, but this I got, it's a Disney Phonics educational value set. And this is why I'm doing the haul today too, because I want to start using this with my little student that I tutor. But it was only $2, and these kind of sets are so expensive if you buy them, especially like a Disney one. Any kind of teaching or educational materials tend to be quite expensive. Now, I did open this up and look at it because I wanted to determine if I was going to keep it to use it with my student or if I was going to junk journal with it. And I'm going to use it with my student. And then eventually, if I don't need it anymore, then I could use it for junk journaling because there's cute little images in these little books. But this is a vowel phonics storybook, consonants, phonics, you know, it's all kind of phonics based. So it says phonics on a lot of them, but I'm working on these things with the little student I'm working with. So I think these will be great. And then these were, he already can write his letters, but his penmanship isn't the greatest. So I do have him practice writing letters again too. And this one, it says you can trace with your fingers. I like when they have the numbers. So go down, down, across. It just is very helpful. And they didn't have the complete alphabet, I noticed. So I don't know if there's probably some cards missing, but they do have other activities on these other cards, which will be fun to use as well. So I think it's a really nice set for a couple bucks, you know, and then with my 30% off senior citizen discount. So I think this is really nice. And I was very pleased once I got it home and opened it and everything. I could see it a little bit because it was not taped completely shut in the store. So I was able to see it, but you know, I didn't want to take the whole thing out and then stuff falls out or whatever. So, but I could kind of see that it looked decent. So I am glad that I got it. And then, all right. And then, let me see here. I've got some other things. Okay. So they had napkin packs, and these were like $1 each. And so I thought these were pretty nice because they've got, sorry, I'm trying to get my stuff out of the way so when I have to show the other stuff. This for school theme. I'm going to save that with my school. I have a big box of school themed items, so I'm going to put it in there. I thought that was so cute. And so for $1, and how many napkins are in here? I guess it doesn't really matter, but 20. And then this I thought would be fun for my Hawaii junk journals, travel journals. They're like tie-dye. And so these are 16 for $1. And I think that was it for the napkins, if I'm not mistaken. But if one pops up, then I'll show you. All right. And then they had a bunch of different invitations, you know, like party invitations, which, you know, I'm going to use for junk journaling. But this is Hallmark too. So it says there are a million reasons to celebrate you. And it's 24 cards. And this was $2. And they're just blank inside. But regular price, probably years ago, was $8.99. So, and I feel that's cheap. I feel like these will be a lot more for a Hallmark set nowadays. Although you can find Hallmark at Dollar Tree. But, yeah, so 8 dinosaur invitations, and I'm curating dinosaur items all the time, so I thought this would be nice, and these are $1. And then it said, it's party time. I just love those little banners on there, and just an invite, you know, $1. And then this one is a sports one, and there's quite a few in here. This was $1. Looks like it's from Target. And I don't see how many are in here. They should say, I would think. But anyway, it doesn't. Oh, I guess the envelopes are covering it a little bit. 8. Just 8. I thought they looked, maybe they're thicker. I thought it looked like more in there. And then this one, because I'm curating pirate items, pirate-themed items. It says, ahoy, me hearty. It's a party. Yeah, terrible. But 8 invitations for $1. So definitely thought that these were, you know, worthy of junk journaling for $1 each. Well, the one was, no, that was the other one I threw down already. Was $2. So, all right. They have some other party type things. Okay. Oh, and a couple other invitations. So sorry. All right. Ooh. All right, now let me do the invitations then. Okay, again, for the Hawaii theme, along with those tie-dye napkins, I had this one with it's just like a, I don't know, reminds me of Hawaii, like a tiki hut or a tiki party. I don't know. 8 invitations. Again, for this one says 99 cents, but I think it's $1. And then this one I thought was cute for jungle theme. It's for like a little girl's, a baby girl, maybe, you know, invite, but 20 invitations, $1, and they're just little, looks like little giraffe and mama giraffe and baby giraffe. So, and then like what is that? A cheetah print, a zebra print. I don't know. I just thought they were cute. So 20, and 20 for $1 is a great price. And then this was $1. It's got 10 flags, just different color flags, like a banner, but I'll use them in, you know, junk journals. I'll separate them. And then this is a DIY banner kit, and I did open this one up. It has string, and then they're just letters. And then they also had, and I don't know, I think this was $2. And it wasn't marked, and I think she rang it up for $2. But it has these nice, can you see that with these letters in the way? These little clips. So I thought that's probably worth the price alone. And then the string. And then these are like this. So they have this, you know, because you can connect them. But I'll just cut them straight across and use them in junk journals or kits. So I thought these are kind of neat. Kind of a neat set, I should say. So I can cut those and use them. So, yeah. And that, and then this was kind of I didn't end up liking it. It was $2. I didn't know what it was. I saw it was a bunch of stickers, but it's actually for like candle sellers, like people who sell candles. So I went through and tossed the ones that said like, thank you for your candle purchase or stuff like that. And I saved the ones that are more generic, like thank you. And it says you are appreciated. So I thought I could use some of these with some of my Etsy you know, items if people order. Oh, these would be good on my Christmas kits. Okay. All right. Save those out. But so I saved the ones I could use, but I don't think it was, yeah, the greatest buy, but for $2, I don't know. I guess it's not bad. You do get this little box with it. I've purchased more expensive stuff that's been worse than this. So, and they did give me this cute bag. The lady, I think you can't really see it, but isn't that a cute pattern? It's like a jungle pattern, and it's from Dollar General. So, yeah. So that was kind of neat. And then I got these division cards, flashcards. Now these were $3. But they're matte on one side and shiny on the other. And I do love using these for junk journals, so I picked them up. So, yeah. And these are expensive if you buy them new. Wonder if it says on here. These, again, educational supplies I feel like are so expensive. I don't see a regular price on them, but I thought, you know, it wasn't bad for that. And then they had a bunch of these packets. I got a few of books that they put together, but these are a little magazine, so not really books, but this is Ranger Rick Cub. It's the younger Ranger Rick magazine. Ranger Rick magazine, and this was $1 for all of these. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and actually there was one other one that was with it that I already tore some pages out to use in a junk journal kit. So, but I thought this was really a good deal. 6 of them for $1. And they're just, Ranger Rick is a regular size magazine. And then the Cub version is for younger children. So the writing and the pictures and the little games and things are easier. So, and these will be good to use with my student too. But I also thought they're just very sweet. Sorry for the glare. Very sweet little images for junk journaling. So, so I thought, you know, it would be nice to have them for junk journaling mainly. But I could also use some of the pages for the little guy I tutor. So anyway, so there's that. So I thought that was a good buy for $1. And then I did get, I'm running out of room on my floor here. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Let me show you some of these other packs of books. I thought these were a good deal. This is $4 for this pack, but look how many books you get in here. So, and then they are different themes. And I'm all about the themes. If you've been following me, you're like, oh, this thrift store was made for you. The woman at the counter said there's one woman who works there, and she's the one who makes up all these bags. And I thought, oh, honey, we got a lot in common, you and I. So $4. So I think it's really worth it for all these books that you get for $4. And so right here is 5 of them. And they're cute little Sesame Street books. This one says My First Manners. So I guess it's like taking turns. And different Sesame Street characters. What's this? Let's Share. So I won't take too much time to flip through them. But please and thank you. So just will be really cute to use in my Sesame Street themed journals. Cookie Monster and other characters here. Oh, that one was, what was that? Be Polite, Good for You. So yeah, just very sweet little books. This one is I Can Do It. And Elmo's learning basketball, looks like. So very cute. Easy words too. So this would be great to use with little students or your children or grandchildren. And then but so cute for junk journaling. So I don't think I'm going to use this with my little students. I think I'm just going to put it right with my junk journaling things because the little boy I tutor, I don't think he's into like Sesame Street at all. So, okay. And this one said Ooga Booga Dinosaurs, Bert and Ernie's Great Adventures. They're like dressed like cavemen. I don't know what that's about, but it's like a little dinosaur in there. Elmo's Boo Boo Book, Stickers, Flaps, and More. And this is kind of cute because it has these little flaps and things that you pull up, and this is more of a board book, and I don't typically use board books, but I did like that it has these flaps that I could remove. And then I could maybe sorry, I'm kind of off to one side here. I could maybe do like I could cut this and use book rings. I don't know. Sorry, it was taking forever to use my brain to think there. You know, I could save the rest of the book as well. And they do have this page of stickers. Now, some were used, but that's okay. And so those were cute too. And yeah, so Oh, just very cute. And then Red or Blue, I Like You. This is another little soft cover book and very sweet images. I especially love the little village in here. Hold on. The little neighborhood. I mean, those are very sweet little colorful images. One thing I like about Sesame Street, they have the bright primary colors and just very sweet characters and things. So yeah, that last page is so sweet with Big Bird. So yeah. So yeah, definitely can use those. Keep those there a second and see. I thought I had another pack of those. Maybe not. I guess that was, oh yeah. Okay. Kind of. This was only $2, and it's all these Boys Life magazines from like, looks like 2003. They're all like 2003, I think. So yeah, and so pretty much the whole year. And just great for sourcing for images. I mean, look at here's like a Thanksgiving one. And this is kind of like, I feel like for Boy Scouts. I don't know, but I don't think our son ever got this magazine. So there's just different educational and educational articles and stories and like gadgets and things. So yeah, geared towards boys, of course, where it says Boys Life, but I feel like could be for anyone. But I guess they're a little heavier on the sports and the, vehicles and things. I don't know. I kind of paged through them, and here's another sports one. But I just will be sourcing them for junk journals and junk journal kits. I loved how like the 4th of July here will be nice, and so yeah. So those will be handy for me. So I was pleased to find that. And then this one, I think, okay. And then, hold on. Sorry. I just talked to myself, don't I? All right. Multi-purpose paper. Now, this is fine quality paper for laser and inkjet printers. It's just a normal paper, but it's acid-free and linen-free. But it looked to me like more of a kind of a nice color. It's kind of more of a cream color or kind of a sandy color. So thought it looked good. And it was just $1 for this whole set. And this is brand new. So 80 sheets. So definitely worth it, in my opinion. Okay. And then this is a rhyming set game. And I'm going to use this with my little student. And then, once we get tired of it or whatever, then I will eventually use it for junk journaling. But it's $2. And so it just has all these little cards and things. And spinner, and it was new. I went through and these were the perforated cards. I went through and punched them, into the cards and stuff, or what do you say, folded them and, got them apart. So these were all new in like sheets. So it was pretty new. So it looks really nice. And did I tell you it was $2? So I think that's a great deal. And then it's got a number of activities in here. I guess I don't need to take all of it out. Well, all right, just some, I guess you can kind of see. This one was kind of cute. You pick a word that rhymes with mouse, and then so you put your finger through, and then it shows you that that's the right one because it's got a color on it. It says house rhymes with mouse. So I thought this would be cute to use with my student that I have. And then also these were like to rhyming. They're all like little rhyming activities, but these would be great in junk journals. And I thought I could fussy cut around, some of these little critters and little items. So yeah. And this one there's like little bingo cards too. And so definitely great for junk journaling, but also it says you guess which ones rhyme, and then you check I put the directions in there. Then you check to see if you're right, so this is very cute. So, and there was also like, some papers that I could use in journaling. So yeah, I mean, just definitely very cute. And like I said, educational materials like this are very expensive typically. I don't know why that is sometimes, but I don't see a price on here. But it's from 1995. But yeah, so it's nice when you can get a good deal because I don't make a ton of money tutoring, and that way I can buy cheap materials. So there's that. Great Start Discovery Kit. All right, now the last few items are books. And their books were like $1, I think. Or, oh, this one is $2. Okay, some were $2 and some were $1. So I got 2 Christmas books. So these were $2 each. And if you follow Madeline Diet Designs, she uses a lot of these for glue books. And I don't typically make glue books. I make smaller journals, but so I may, but I could. I mean, I could. So I don't know, but I just love the images in these. Oh, and they weren't super old. They're like, this one is from 2000. So 25 years though, so 25 years ago, and it looks brand new. So somebody took really good care of it. So yeah, so I can at least, if I don't, excuse me, if I don't make a glue book with it, I can definitely source it for signature pages. So there's that. All right. And these are those Better Homes and Gardens one. What's regular price on this puppy? $24.95. So even back then that was expensive. All right. And then this one is Christmas Keepsakes. Again, $2. And this is by Leisure Arts. Christmas Keepsakes and book 2. Oh, I don't have book 1. It's all right. All right. But this one looks brand new as well. 1990. So this one's even older. So just very cute patterns in here for like cross stitch. Yeah. So definitely pretty for our journals. So yeah. Or if you did want to make a glue book with it. So yeah. So that one. Okay. Yeah. And also don't get rid of these pages. I keep these and use them as backings on like, magazine pictures, or I use them to turn magazine pictures and other images into journal tags and cards. So, all right, there's that. And then the last 2 are child craft books, but they're not the real old child crafts. These are from the 80s. This one's 1982, and the other one, well, this was from the 70s, sorry, 1975. They had 70s and 80s ones. Now, these are shiny pages. I know some of the child craft books from like the 60s are more matte, but these are shiny, and they had a whole set of them, but I only wanted these 2. I kind of looked through them, and I liked this one because it's the magic of words. I haven't really mentioned this on my channel, but for many, many years, I was an editor, and I worked with a Japanese colleague. She would translate materials into English, and then I would edit them, edit the English. And we did a lot of travel documents that they use in Japan for, people visiting who are English speakers. And we also did, for a couple years, we did menus from restaurants in Tokyo. And then we also did, marketing documents and some legal documents. We did that for quite a few years. I probably did that for 10, 15 years, but we are no longer doing that, my colleague and I. But so for a long time, I was an editor. I'm pretty good. I mean, pat myself on the back, I guess. Try not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at editing. So, and I still edit from time to time, especially for friends, or I'll edit somebody's, resume, stuff like that. But anyway, the magic of words, that's for me. I was like, okay, something about English, language arts, or words, So I always loved grammar in school. I mean, believe it or not, a lot of people do not like grammar. I loved it. I loved labeling sentences, finding the, nouns and verbs and, present participles and the prepositions and the adverbs and the adjectives and... yeah. So, yes. So anyway, I just thought the images were cool, and then just that it's kind of like talking about different word games and stuff. So, yeah, stories. And so 1975, and I don't know how much these cost in the 70s or the 80s, but I'm sure they were not cheap books. And so, and now I'm not sure if these were $1 or $2. I don't know, because I don't know. I didn't check my receipt that carefully, but to me, they would be worth it at either of those prices. So 1982, like I said, and this one is the puzzle book. So I thought it's just kind of fun. They had a sports one. They had like, they had one about insects, different reptiles, different, oh gosh, of course I paged to the snake one. Ugh. I don't like snakes at all. So anyway, I just got a journal that I ordered from Carrie the Paper Monkey, and it had a really pretty jungle scene on one of the pages, and there was a snake, and I covered him with a big flower. So I'm like, oh, because of course it was a beautiful page, so I didn't want to tear the page out. So I had to cover that snake up. So that was the last item. I like to do quotes on my channel. So if you don't like it, sometimes I do it in the middle, but a lot of times I do it at the end. So you can jump ship then. Oh, gosh. Okay. Mae West. Now, my parents used to enjoy Mae West. I think she was an old actress. And I can't remember, was she in Gunsmoke? Or I don't know. She was in, you know, some old series and stuff, and real old. I mean, this is, you know, I'm sure she's long gone. God rest her soul, Mae West, but she was a character. But this is a quote about goal setting and eyes on the prize, it says. So everything's in the mind. That's where it all starts. Knowing what you want is the first step toward getting it. So everything's in the mind. That's where it all starts. Knowing what you want is the first step toward getting it. So definitely, I believe this. I believe that mindset is everything, and imagining, you know, being successful, all of that helps. So I definitely believe in this. So thank you, Mae West. Now, this isn't as long as I thought it was going to be. I guess I didn't yak as much. Only about a half hour. That's pretty good. So, all right. So thank you for going along on this thrifted journey with me. I forgot something I was going to tell you. Yikes. Okay. Sometimes my brain just disappears. The price of my order, what I spent, would have been $55. I think it was something like that, $55. And then with my 30% senior discount, it ended up being 30 something. And I was like, score. So once she put that 30% in there, I saved at least 20 bucks. It was probably closer to like 25 or something. So yeah, so I was very pleased. And I definitely think that whole load that I bought was well worth 30 something dollars. So let me know what you think. And let me know what your favorite item was. I think it would be hard for me to choose, but I do think I really like these Better Homes and Gardens Christmas books, and for whatever reason I don't usually find these. So I know Maddie from Madeline Diet Designs finds these all the time in like the Goodwill bins, but I rarely do. So I really do like this. So yes, so that was my favorite item. I'd like to hear what yours was. And thank you so much for all your support. And I will see you in my next video. All right, bye-bye, everyone. I hope you're having a great day or evening, wherever and whenever you're watching this. Bye-bye.